Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, and welcome back to Balancing Unhinged, the podcast where we tackle real-life challenges with real solutions. I'm your host, Amber Shah, and today we're diving into a topic that hits close to home for many of us busy moms: fitness. Woo-woo. This is the episode where we're going to be focusing on some quick workout routines and how to stay active amid our hectic schedules. So, as a mother of two, I completely understand the struggle of finding time for fitness. My daughter is busy with her dance classes and figure skating, while my son is juggling football and baseball. Just ended yesterday. And let's not forget my husband, who travels frequently for work, is also currently on a plane right now heading to wherever he said he was going. It's no wonder that many moms feel overwhelmed when trying to fit exercise into their daily routines. But today I want to share some practical tips and quick workout routines that I love and that you can do right at home or even outdoors. So you can stay active without sacrificing precious time with your family. First, let's talk about the importance of staying active. Exercise isn't just about losing weight or getting fit. It's about maintaining our mental health and our overall well-being, right? We're here always talking about the 8 dimensions of wellness by way of SAMHSA, right? Some of us we struggle with different aspects of it where you have to give it more attention, and some things we're kind of good at. Some things come more naturally. So we can let those ones just kind of chill. But sometimes we get so super busy with having so much to do, and you get home after that long ass day and you're just, holy shit, I just want to sit down and chill, Netflix and chill, right? And we all do it. But when we move, we release endorphins, those wonderful hormones that make us feel happier and more energized, especially on days that feel particularly chaotic. Remember from Legally Blonde, the movie, they were talking about releasing the endorphins. They make you happy, and depressed people just don't kill people. So try not to kill anybody, right? Now, here's a routine that works for me. I wake up for 6 o'clock in the morning. My workout starts at 6, and I've been doing this since the lockdown times, and I needed it for my mental health because I wasn't able to go out at a normal time or any time at all. So I decided that I would start waking up for a 6 o'clock workout. And back then it was a 6:15 workout, but now it's 6 a.m. because of the rest of my morning. So I wrap it up by 6:52, the latest, and then I have to move on. But I do it with my friend on Zoom, and I invite others to do it with me. So if you've been listening to this show for some time, you've probably heard me mention it before. Everybody's invited to my Zoom workout at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's a great way to hold myself accountable, and having a workout buddy makes all the difference because we get to catch up. And I used to do it with a group, and the group got up to 10 people at some times, obviously doing like a web-based workout and doing a conversation style type thing is not the easiest when you have that many people. But if you do like a one-on-one or just a couple of friends or whatever, or even join an online community to stay motivated. And that's how I got into it, was the No Excuses Moms of Tewksbury. Thank you so much, Jen Dillon. Love you. And she was running the No Excuses Moms of Tewksbury, Massachusetts, and she probably still does. And I tried to start a No Excuses Moms in St. Augustine, Florida, and did not do very well with that. But now I've got the Sage Exchange, so we're going to be offering some workouts through the Sage Exchange. And working out at 6 o'clock in the morning, what I do is a different workout almost every day. So very rarely are you going to be catching me doing yoga every single day. I don't do that. I do yoga once or twice, maybe 3 times a week. And every time I do a workout, I do a stretch. And you could call that a partial yoga if you just want to call stretching yoga, which it's not. which is fine, whatever. So call the whole fucking workout yoga then in that case. So I guess I do yoga every day. But anyways, cardio, you got to mix it up. Stretching, Pilates, body targeting exercises. Pilates more like for the abs, right? And then I used to teach cardio abs class, and I have cardio abs classes on my other YouTube channel for the Inner Glow Health and Wellness channel. And if you're wondering what does my morning routine look like honestly, it's a mix. It really is. So what I do today, we did yoga today, even though I wanted to do Pilates at first, but then I was feeling tired. So I was like, you know what? We'll just do yoga today and we'll do Pilates in a couple of days. It's fine. But it's cool though. So because today's Tuesday, so I do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, but I'm not perfect, right? And I've been doing this for like 5 years, right? So do you ever miss a workout, Amber? Yes, I do. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I miss one a week. Sometimes I miss more than that. Sometimes it's an accident. Most of the time it's an accident. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I don't feel like working out so much that I text my friend and I go, sorry, friend, I know you woke up, but I'm not gonna. And that makes me feel bad. So accountability with a partner really is huge. All right. So this morning I did yoga, and I did a weird yoga class this morning. I don't know. I was feeling weird. So it was not like a normal yoga class, but we did like a mix. I like doing a fusion class. You don't have to put a name on anything. Okay. Like my cardio abs doesn't have to be Tai Bo, yoga doesn't have to be yoga. I don't have to do a Les Mills class, stuff like that. Zumba's not Zumba. Like a guy made Zumba. Bikram yoga is invented by some guy. Like do Amber Shah yoga, whatever. Just do whatever the fuck you want. So take a walk and say, I did some Amber yoga today. That's what Amber says. Just go do something. Shit, fucking move. Move. Get out the way. Or at least get out of my way, okay? If I'm going to do something, I need you to not be there when I'm doing it. So, or come do it with me, but we can't do it on the same mat together, right? I don't like that. I don't like those classes that are so super close together and just make you feel claustrophobic. I don't like that. But, I like my space. If you like being close to people, go find yourself a class that is completely fucking packed and go be super sweaty and feel somebody's sweat drip right onto you. It's great. Cardio, strength, 20 minutes of high intensity intervals, followed by a cool down session. All you really need is to go hard for 15 minutes. I'm telling you, 15 minutes going hard. And then another 15 minutes cooling down, warming up, right? So you do a nice warm up, 7 minutes, crank it out, 15, 20 minutes. Cool it down another 7 minutes. Bam, 30 minutes every day, up to 45 minutes. All you need is, in the personal training book, they say 150 minutes a week. Okay? 150 divided by 5 is 30 minutes of exercise 5 days a week. That's all you need. If you are doing a couch to 5K, if you've never moved, right, in a long time, and you're like, God, my legs hurt, my whole body hurts, I got fibromyalgia, it's terrible. Take a walk. Really doesn't have to be a brisk walk. I'm just saying a quick walk where you are moving at a steady pace, at a steady rate that is giving you some little bit of effort maybe. So for example, I have a 12-year-old Shih Tzu. Does walking my dog for me count as a workout? Not really. But sometimes I take my dog for a walk and he's so slow that we're walking a quarter mile around this little man-made pond that's near my house. And my watch will go off after 10 minutes. Your walking has been detected. I'm like, okay, whatever. So listen, movement is movement. And you go, well, what is the best workout? So I used to always want to do the best thing. All right. I was in a competition with everybody else all the time for no reason. Why? I don't know. But so I was, and I'd always be I remember I was just thinking about it yesterday, and I don't know why, but I was driving around yesterday and I was like, what is your dream car? Have you ever thought about this? What's your dream car? Do you have one? A lot of people do. I don't. Right. So I don't really have a dream car. I'm sorry. I see a lot of cars where I'm like, oh, wow, that's a nice car, whatever. But I couldn't imagine, I don't know what my dream car would be, because honestly, like my dream car is like a nice Uber. It's like a chauffeur, like where I don't have to drive, because then I'd be driven around. But then like I wouldn't really like that either, right? So I mean, like if I was going to have a dream car, I'd probably just have like a bunch of different cars where I would just like, one is for a different reason. Here's the one that I'm going to take to Marshall's. Here's the one that I'm going to take to Walmart. And here's the one I'm going to take to, like Restoration Hardware or whatever. If I was rich and I could go to Restoration Hardware all the time, but I can't right now. Anyways, but, well, I don't. Anyways, I don't know. I go there and it's just like, what? I don't know. So confusing. How is that worth that to you? But value is all subjective also. Meanwhile, but going back to the workouts, but I digress. I love having my workout buddy, and we love doing different workouts because you need to work out all different muscle groups and muscle types, because we've got slow twitch muscle fibers, fast twitch muscle fibers. You've got your fascia, which is holding all your muscle together. You got ligaments, you got muscle. Foam rolling is always fun. Maybe I'm going to have to foam roll this week because I haven't foam rolled in a while. Man, when I became a personal trainer, I was shocked that one of the first things that they told me was every single time you have a client, make sure you do foam rolling with them, because that's going to get them to come back. And I'm like, what? So, yeah, man. So foam rolling is very important also. If you can foam roll, that's really good for you, especially if you're concerned about like lumpy skin, like cellulite type of stuff. So like foam rolling, getting a foam roller, and they come in different sizes and shapes. And what you really have to do is just like try them out and see which one works for you, because they all feel different. And I got a vibrating foam roller. That one's actually pretty fun, but it is very lumpy, right? So I like a smooth foam roller. So I have, I think 3 now foam rollers, and I like them longer because then you can like wiggle around more and stuff. Because if you get like a shorter one, they make them really short. You can buy them at like Five Below that are really short, and they're like 6 or 8 inches long or something like that. But you kind of fall off of those ones. You know what I'm saying? They're like hard to stay stable on those. Almost like a yoga wheel. You can buy a yoga wheel too. All these different equipment. But if you're looking for something more structured, you could always add boot camps and routines and stuff like that. So I used to you could write it down, like do 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, 50 tricep dips. You could do it on a playground. A lot of people do that, and you'd see them. Dude, especially in Korea, like I'm Korean, right? I went to Korea in 2009. I was in shock. They have public gyms in like the park in the woods, like along a trail. There'd be a walking trail, and there's a exercise area right there. They had like a fake elliptical. That thing was so cool. Dude, I want to get one of those. They had like an elliptical that you just hop on. I loved it. Oh my God. I could stay on that thing all day long. Like literally put like a food, I don't even know, strap me up to some tubes or whatever, and I'd just be like on the elliptical all day long. Is there a way to get one of those that creates my own power or something too? That would be cool. All right. But to keep things varied and fun, I love incorporating different types of games into my routines. So for Christmas, I actually got my kids some exercise dice, and you could make them yourself, or you could buy them. I bought mine at either Five Below and this episode is brought to you by Five Below. No, it's not. Just kidding. I wish it was. Five Below, please call me so that you can get my bank account information and send me that check that you owe me now. But anyways, so the exercise dice was fun because then you can put like different, like say like one dice has a number of reps, another dice has the actual exercise, right? So you'd be like 10, 8, 5, maybe like 8, 10, and 12, maybe 15 reps, and then you got 6 sides to the dice, so other numbers, s'il vous plaît, if you please, as you please. And then you can put different exercises on there, and you can Google them too. I love Pinterest for looking for different exercises, because you could just like go on Pinterest and you go glute exercise, for your butt, or you could even type it in butt exercises. They love that kind of shit. It's awesome. So Exercise dice is fun. Pinterest is fun. It adds an element of surprise and excitement to your workouts and makes it easier to stay committed. So you can just like have them on you all the time. Maybe you have like a traveling exercise bag or some shit. So if you're looking for the boot camp routines, you can also find those on Pinterest. I love those. If you follow me on Pinterest, I forget my name on Pinterest, just type in my name, Amber Shah, and I should come up. Just look at the pictures and you'll find my picture on there. I have a lot of stuff on like doing my nails and workouts. It's like most of the stuff that I find on Pinterest. And then some stuff I'll find for like high protein, homemade snack recipes and stuff like that. I love that kind of stuff. There's so much awesome stuff on Pinterest. So good. All right. So you can always do like boot camps that are a combination of strength, cardio, agility drills. I love doing drills because I used to play tennis, so I used to do drills all the time. I used to be on the drill team, so I used to do drills all the time. I love drills. Love me some good drills. It was so funny, actually. I coached my daughter's softball team, and then the other coach that I was coaching with was like, oh, we just shouldn't do a bunch of drills, though, because those are stupid. And I was like, what do you mean? That's all I want to do. Oh, man. All right, so that was fun. You can find that kind of stuff, and it's available for you pretty easily. And let's not forget the calming aspects to a good stretching related yoga class. You can always go take one somewhere. I actually downloaded the app MindBody one time, and I found a free yoga class somewhere, and I was able to go to that place and go take the yoga class for free. That was so cool. So they have that kind of stuff. It is available. If you get the app called MindBody, there's another one called Fit Degree, FIT, not fifth, not the number, but fit, like, anyways. So those are some apps that you can get. I think Club Pass too, but I'm not sure if Club Pass actually does that. But anyways, Fit Degree you can totally get. MindBody you can get, and then you can get those apps, and then you can search in your area, and you just type in like your zip code or something, and it'll pop in. You can put it in, even you can filter too, like within the next 10 miles, 25 miles, 50 miles, something like that. Filter through those, search and try to find a free class, or you can just go pay for one too. Obviously that's cool. That's the best thing to do. Yoga has really awesome sun salutations that you can do literally anywhere. And to me, recently, I was like, damn, a sun salutation is so much like a burpee. You could do sun salutations fast forward, right? So at my yoga ashram, we actually do sun salutations where you like start super slow and you get a little bit faster and 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 faster. And then at the end, you're like freaking so fast. And then I used to do that in my classes too. And then I'd be like, okay, and we're done. And then people would be like, looking at me like, oh my God, Amber. I'm like, well, don't you feel better? Like, I guess like now that I'm done, I'm like, well, see, you're done. How cool is that? Look at that. You're done. Already done. It's like in the morning. I wake up in the morning. I'm half asleep. I'm still sleeping. I make my coffee. I'm sleepwalking. Basically. And then I'm waking up by like the end of the time we do the meditation. I'm like, oh shit, now I'm awake. Sometimes I go back to sleep if I have nothing to do. Sometimes I go back to sleep, whatever. But that was in my schedule and I'm committed to that, right? So, and again, I'm not perfect. So sometimes I miss it and it's an accident, but whatever. Just a few rounds of sun salutations can invigorate your body and mind, making a perfect addition to your morning or evening routine. But for those days when you might be feeling bloated or just need a quick nutritional boost, I often turn to a meal replacement shake. All right, so remember, I don't work for anybody. I'm not getting paid by anybody right now. So I'm not going to name any kind of brands or anything. If you want to text me or email me or message me or whatever, you all have my number. It's public. So if you want to know what brands I use, then that's cool. But for the most part, I'll like go on Amazon and I'll be like organic protein mix, organic green mix, or whatever. So I make all those things into my protein shake. It's really a great way to make sure you know that you're getting all the nutrients that you need for your day. So if I'm feeling like bloated, or if I'm feeling gross, or if I know that I'm not going to have time during the day, or if I'm running into the office, or I have a whole day planned or something like that, I'm usually going to make my shake in the morning too. And then I just like keep filling it up with ice during the day because it ends up being super thick. I'll just put like, say, a cup of frozen fruit or less, maybe even a half a cup or a cup of frozen fruit. It's going to make it pretty thick with the frozen fruit. And then about, I think 200 or 300 milliliters, I want to say, just because that's on the side of the cup that I use. But I think that's probably another half cup of juice. Usually I'll put in there like juice, orange juice. I like putting in there orange juice with the elderberry juice mixed into that. And then I'll put my protein powder, my super green powder, and then like a mixture of like 8 different amino acids that I have, and all that good stuff. And then I usually have some food at around 2 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that is when I'm getting hungry. But today actually a friend met up with me and brought me a sub. So she brought me a pub sub. That was so nice. And I wanted to have my shake today, but I think I'm going to have it tomorrow because my friend and I met up for lunch. And if you're interested in prepping, be sure to check out my previous episode where I dive deeper into that topic. I believe it might have been episode 10 or something like that. It's called Nutritionally Dense. But before we wrap up also, I just want you to be encouraged to carve out at least 20 to 30 minutes a day for yourself a few times a week. If you have 30 minutes 5 times a week, all right, just go on like a brisk walk. That would be okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, just consistent. Maybe even ask yourself, did I do this yesterday? If the answer is no, go do it today. All right. So remember, every little bit counts. Thank you so much for tuning in to Balancing Unhinged. I hope these tips inspire you to find ways to incorporate fitness into your busy lifestyle. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review and share it with fellow busy parents who might need a little motivation. Until next time, stay active, stay balanced, and keep embracing the beautiful chaos of motherhood. Bye.